Okay. I don't know if I need my headset or not, but here I am. Hi, I'm live. Um, when somebody gets in here, please tell me if you can hear me. Um, because I have had to restart due to not being able to be heard. So I'll wait just a couple of minutes and I am here to let everybody know that I am going to be starting a coaching business. And before I do that, I want to um, give before I receive, and hopefully continue a cycle of all of that. Um, and tonight I wanted to talk about the fact that at this time of year, a lot of us, I should say, are talking about manifestation and how can we um, bring our dreams into reality. But a lot of people don't. Yay, you can hear me. Hi, Bree. Thank you for letting me know. That would have been terrible. um, yes, people are talking about manifestation a lot right now, and I wanted to give a heads up about a little thing called counter manifestation. Oh, thank you. um, Counter manifestation is when we do ourselves dirty, oftentimes without even knowing it. Um, we all know that people who run in the woo woo manifestation circles, we all know that intention is everything. We talk about affirmations, we talk about visualization, we talk about feeling the energy of where we want to be. But not very many people, some do, but not very many people talk about the work that we have to do to get there. And I have to like grab my note real quick. Yep, for the mess behind me. It's chaos in here because I'm preparing to move. Um, so, yeah, you can tell it's my first live. um, okay, so there is an aspect of ourselves that keeps us from where we want to be. And very often that aspect, thank you. um, thank you. Very often that aspect was born, created within us when we were very, very little wee people, sometimes even in birth or before that. And we talk about in shamanism about three souls, right? Um, we have the mind, soul, body, soul, and the oversoul. And the mind, soul, and the body, soul are what happens when you are being created by your mom and dad, right? So, aspects of ancestral stuff gets included within your spirit. And then your oversoul comes in and you're like, "Yay, I'm going to have another life and experience things and do things." And then life happens to us. So we go through life and we learn about things like manifestation, and we are working really, really hard. We're doing all the affirmations. Hey, Kasai, hi. We're working really, really hard, and we're doing all the affirmations. We're doing the meditation. We're trying to get ourselves into the feeling of affluence or having a great home, whatever it is that we're trying to manifest, right? Even if it's just manifesting a great job. And a lot of times that's enough, but sometimes we have to go deeper and we have to do some work with our shadow self. What I was referring to earlier with those little things that happen in our childhood or even prior to our childhood, sometimes it's ancestral, is there's aspects of our subconscious that are created to protect us. Um, when I did some shadow work before I went went on a journey and I encountered 3 little girls that were different aspects of myself. And they all had very, very important jobs to protect me, right? It is. Um, they had very, very important jobs to protect me. But those jobs of protection were great when I was a kid and I didn't know how to process stuff. But as an adult, it started getting in my way and it started holding me back and it started causing real problems. And that was when I first became, I guess, conscious of the concept of counter manifestation. Counter manifestation is just simply when we are not ready. Kasai, you actually kind of alluded to this in your live when you said that, be ready for your manifestation, because if you aren't, it'll come, but it'll slip through your fingers, right? And so the process of getting to the point where we are ready to accept the manifestations and the blessings that we're bringing into our lives has a little bit to do with just really sitting with our emotions. When you start talking about or thinking about, dreaming about things you want to bring into your life, I think a lot of us can acknowledge that a lot of emotions start to come up over the days and weeks, sometimes immediately, when we start doing these things. Absolutely, we have to be ready to accept it or it will most definitely slip through your fingers. Yeah, absolutely. And so what we come across is these emotions that keep coming up for us. And a lot of times we're getting mad because we're like, no, I can't, I have to stay in this high vibe. I have to do this wonderful stuff. I have to manifest. Oh, positive, affirmation, Louise Hay, But these emotions that are coming up for you are actually directions from your inner self, directions from your higher self that are telling you, hey, look at this right here. You need to heal this before we can bring you what you want. And it's a beautiful, once you start looking at it like that, I'm telling you, it's an incredible gift to be able to, like, I'm really angry right now. Why am I so angry? And I'm just, I'm trying to bring all this positivity in my life and all I'm feeling is frustration and anger. Okay, whoa, let's step back. Let's just say, okay, I see you. I see you anger. I see you sadness. I see you frustration. Let's find out where you're coming from. And hidden truths start bubbling up when we start trying to raise our vibration, because those are anchors holding us down, right? So here we got this energy vibe that's just lifting and lifting and lifting, trying to lift. And then we've got these anchors on us that are just keeping us from our truth and keeping us from this higher vibe. And that energy, it's lifting us, but those anchors, now they're maybe not touching the seabed anymore. So now we can really feel them and see them. And that's beautiful, right? That's something that awareness, that first awareness of where we are, is one of the biggest gifts that I mean, every time I have a new, like, awareness of some shit going on, it's like, oh, cool. Shit, now I can heal that. Now I can get rid of it. And I just want to share with you that this place where you are blocking yourself by not acknowledging your emotions, not acknowledging the pain that created those emotions, is what's going to prevent you from manifesting. And so here's a couple of tips. First things first is get curious, right? Okay, if I'm going to do this work to manifest a better life for myself, I'm making a conscious choice, and that's telling my higher self, and the rest of myself. Kasai says it's amazing to be able to see it, feel it, so that you can heal it. And I love the way that you said that. Oh, thank you. Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, see it, feel it, so you can heal it. Absolutely. That's the magic, right? That's magic. That's witchcraft. For real, that is what it's about. Um, so the first tip is get curious. You've acknowledged that you want a better life, even if you're not into like woo woo manifestation stuff like The Secret, whatever. Even if you just want a better life than what you have, if you're frustrated with your job, if you're frustrated with your whatever, right? You don't have to go woo woo, but you do need to make a shift. So the first thing is get curious about your emotions. Whenever something comes up for you, especially if it's regarding what it is that you are trying to bring into your life, pay attention. Get curious. Poke around at it. Sometimes that's uncomfortable, and sometimes you'll need a friend. But it's important work, and it always pays off. Always. And the next tip I have is use your emotions to create the reality, because your emotions create your reality. And then when you tie in your emotions and your thoughts, then you become a powerhouse of manifestation, because now you're intentional. Now you're taking it from, gee, I hope the universe gives me what I want because I'm, saying these positive things to myself. And you're taking it from that point to, I have felt this pain, I have felt this anger, and here I am. This is where it comes from. And now I can let it go. Now I can choose to just let it go. And there's a lot of people that think Tony Robbins is like a shyster or whatever, but he says a few things that are pretty wise occasionally. I was watching actually his documentary the other day, and he said people will tell you that it took them 10 years to change. But that's wrong. It took them 10 years to decide to change. Because change can happen like that. And it just means making a decision. Like a real decision, not just like, I think I'm going to decide to do this. Like really getting into your emotions about it and saying, you know what, this in my life is not okay anymore. I'm going to have something different right now. Right the fuck now. I'm not waiting. Yes, absolutely. It can happen in an instant. I mean, I'm sorry, but you ladies that are here with me right now, just in the short period of time that we've been working together, it's been like a waterfall effect of changes happening in me. And I've seen some things happening with you guys too that's just like really beautiful. And it's just this, and that's another thing. If you're trying to manifest good shit, boundaries. Learn your boundaries. Learn who to chuck out of your life and who to keep. But that can be another talk. All of us, exactly. Yeah, I can actually do another another live on boundaries and the vibe that you keep around you. So let's see. I think I've hit everything that I wanted to. That was really fast. I need to plan more. Period. That's right. Yeah, so I just want to drive home that emotions direct our consciousness and thought patterns and the energy of our thought patterns. And wherever our energy goes is what we manifest. So if you are wanting to manifest a new home, but you have an inner fear that you can't do it. Like, okay, This is real talk. This is me, my life right now, okay? When I'm like, um, when have I had any big manifestations? It's mostly been, I think it's happening in my job right now, right now. And my job is really pushing me out into being an entrepreneur. um, have you guys had any, like anything like go bam? I know that you guys have been doing like really good on the business part of building stuff. Like, yeah, it's just been like little manifestations. Like, and the big ones I'm waiting for. Um so the case in point, okay? This is me being vulnerable right now. When my ex-husband and I broke up, this was in when was it? Basically April of 2014. Okay. Yay! Yes, I am finally. Uh, yes, yeah. I gotta do the home credit thing too. Um, but yeah. So he and I broke up in 2014, and because of the way things went down, which I don't need to get into all the details, I had to live. I had to move in with my daughter, with my mother, and we're still here. Okay. So this is when I tell you I know about counter manifestation, okay? Because I first of all I manifested moving in with my mother because I was scared to death to do the single parent thing. Scared to death. Like it's the most important thing in my life, my kid. And the thought of, oh God, I have to do this all alone. I was raised in an environment where I was basically told I couldn't do anything on my own. And yeah, so it's taken me a while. And that counter manifestation really didn't hit home to me until really about like 18 months ago, I think. I started really seeing what the hell I was doing to myself. Like, yeah, like I'm doing it now because I was so full of fear. I was so full of fear. And, my daughter and I have the best relationship of anyone I know with kids. It's like, it's amazing. I feel very blessed for that. And so the counter manifestation, it can be insidious and you really have to. I'm the mama I was scared of. What do you mean? um, I I probably still have some more fear that I'm working through. um, but yeah, scared to be. Gotcha. Um, yeah, I'm the single mama. Yeah, I am, and I'm doing okay. And as the mothering part, I think I'm knocking it out of the park. Here's some other aspects, that I'm manifesting and healing. Thank you. Thank you, Bree. so, so yeah, it's a process and changes do happen literally overnight once you decide that that's what you want your life to be. So, I'll repeat my favorite saying, which has been my mantra of the last several months, which is punch fear in the face and move forward, because that is what holds us back. And almost every single thing that causes counter manifestation is rooted in fear. So, I'll be talking more about this. I'm going to be building a community group soonish, which we'll be able to talk all about that stuff. I love when we have to face those fears and actually realize that we were still living to see a new day. Yes. Yes. It's like, oh shit, I survived. You know? It's like the tiger wasn't actually coming to get me, you know, that kind of stuff. Yes. Boom. Um, yes, that primal brain. We have to get out of primal brain. Because that's what keeps us in scarcity. It's what keeps us in survival mode. It's what keeps our vibe low. And one of the best medicines for all of that is surrounding yourself with people like this that are in my feed right now. Right. Yes, I did not get eaten by the tiger. Yes. Unless, of course, you go on a shamanic journey and blah, 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 but that's another story, too. So, it looks like I have time to do a guided meditation if you guys would like to. Because I want to do one. Awesome. Okay. All right. So, I always like to stretch it. Mm-mm-mm. And then. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes. So. Susan! Yay! Hi! We never escape fear. I've learned to use it as a catalyst. Yes. Yes. That is perfect. 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 Yeah, use that to drive you forward, you know? And just don't let it sit inside you, right? It's like, oh, what is that? The Litany Against Fear from Dune. I love that thing. Fear is the little death. Then I don't remember much of the rest of it. But yeah. In that case, we get ripped apart and put back together. And yes, meditation time. Yay. All right. Awesome. Well, go ahead and get yourself comfy. I'm going to probably have my eyes closed so I won't see things in the chat necessarily. So forgive me, but I will respond when I can. So, whew. Take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Okay, feel your feet flat against the floor. Feel the earth vibrating beneath the foundations of where you are. The earth is in a state of slumber, of hibernation. She's gathering all her strength because she knows there's a lot of work to be done very soon. So that's what we will do. Take one more very deep breath. As you sit here, I'm going to count to 3. In 1, you're starting to feel a little bit lighter. The boundaries and the realness of the room around you is starting to waver a little bit like heat waves. 2, you're lighter still. And you start to see a shimmer with an echo of a realm beyond all around you. And 3. The shimmer fades away and you find yourself in a deep forest. It's winter. The air is crisp. And you feel perfectly warm. You start moving forward on a small path in front of you. With each step, you feel the communication of the mycelium, the mushroom people living beneath the ground. They're telling everyone that you're coming. The trees turn their energy and their attention to you. And they are so happy you're here. As you walk down this path, take a deep breath in the wintry, cool air. You're smelling scents of pine and rotten leaf litter and the crispness of snow. As you move forward, the path opens up before you and you see an earthen cave. The entrance is as big or as small as you like, but it is very welcoming. You move towards the entrance of the cave, and at the entrance you feel this glorious warmth. And as you pass over the threshold, the scent and muskiness of a bear comes to your nostrils. Deep in the cave, you pass dripping water, stalactites and stalagmites. There might even be a small inner lake with bioluminescent creatures and mushrooms all around you. Towards the back of the cave, it starts to glow. And with that light, you see that there are thousands of beautiful crystals and rare gems just coming out of the walls. You see diamonds and rubies. You see citrine and tourmaline and all the beautiful crystals that need to be there for you. Huddled up amongst the crystals, you hear the huffing and breathing of a sleeping mama bear. You feel no danger. You feel peace. And if you so wish, you can go ahead and cuddle up with her. Feel the depth of her warmth and her protective strength. As you are with her, as she sleeps, you notice that there is a cub sleeping there beside you. The promise of that new life in spring, waiting and waiting. She is the essence of gestation. She's the essence of planting the seed and waiting for it to grow. Take a moment now and think upon the things that you are bringing forth into the world in the spring. Build them in your mind. When you have a good visualization, try to feel it. What emotions are you feeling when you look at this vision you're creating? This thing that is growing inside you already. Take a long, deep breath, and as you do, take in everything that you have just imagined and felt and bring it deep, deep, deep into your heart chakra. And as you blow out, feel it moving down into your solar plexus, where there it will spin and spin and spin. Take another breath in. And as you blow out, feel all of that energy move down, down, down into your root chakra. And there it will spin and spin and spin, gathering strength, gathering energy for the good of all, and in the highest service of yourself and others. Take one more really deep breath in. And as you blow out, feel it flowing down your legs and deep, 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 deep into the earth. Feel it pass through the mycelium. The mycelium protects it, guides it, guards it, pushing it deeper, deeper into the earth, flowing through the roots of the trees. And there, feel it spin, 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 deep in the earth. One more deep breath, and as you breathe in, imagine what you have planted sprouting now, creating deep roots that cannot be uprooted. Feel it poke its little head up into the snowy ground, where it will wait just a little while. It's gathering its strength now. Every day forward, the roots are growing stronger, and the network of roots is getting larger. And what you have planted is. Turn towards the bear, who will be guarding your precious seed, who will be watering it with life from the west. and take a look around where the crystals and gems are growing. See if one stands out to you. If one does, walk over to it and simply pluck it. It will release itself freely to you. From here, return to the entrance of the cave, sending love and gratitude to Bear and Earth Spirit. As you pass out into the chill air, you're filled with knowing that you have just created something in the real world. And you're bringing it with you as you walk down the path, returning to where you began. You pass by the trees that are still so just excited that you're there. And as you get closer, I'll count to 3. 1. You pass through a shimmering border that you can still see when you look behind you. 2. You're feeling heavier now. You see where you were sitting before, and you sit down back into your rightful place in this manifestation. You start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And I don't know about you, but I also feel like doing a little dance. And 3. You feel yourself back in your place. Everything is solid around you, and you have returned with your gift from the earth. And open your eyes whenever you feel ready. Went a little bit over 30 minutes. Kind of figured that was going to happen, but not too bad. Thank you, Bree. Thank you. Did anybody want to share what they experienced, or? Thank you, Kasai. Yay. So worth it. Yes. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Well, if you don't have anything to... It felt like a movie. Yay. I love it when it comes out like that. You feel like you're actually there, and maybe you are. I mean, no, I'm kidding. Oh, good. That is my goal. I have my 5 pillars of peace, man. And that's going to be kind of the hallmark of my program too. But peace is one of the best things that we can ask for in this crazy nutso bongo world. So Yay, I'm glad you also enjoyed it, Kasai. Yay, yay, yay. Ah, well, if you have anything you want to add or if you want to share, I welcome you. Um, I love you. um, I guess I'll go ahead and this is the hardest part, I think, is ending the live because it feels good. So, oh well. All right, darlings. Thank you so much for showing up and for engaging and um, letting me know how everything was going with you guys. And I really now look forward to doing more of these every week. Um, so, yeah, I'm going to be doing this once a week. I guess I should probably say between a half an hour and 45 minutes because that's kind of where it's going. But yeah, so thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming. I love you, and I hope you have a magical night, everybody. Love you too, Susan. Good night.